everyone, today I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful hot pad. It's a great way to protect your countertops when you are placing down a hot pot or pan or casserole dish. So let's go ahead and get started on the pattern. So really quickly, just as I'm getting started here, I want to mention I have included a link in the description below to the written pattern as well as a list of the materials needed. So go ahead and have a look there. Let's go ahead and just get started on the pattern. So we're going to begin by making a magic ring. You're just going to drape the yarn over your hand, wrap it around and let it cross over itself. Grab your hook. We're going to put it under the first piece of yarn and over the next one and just gently scoop up a loop. Carefully pull your hand out and pick up your working yarn. We're going to chain 2. And now we're going to work a puff stitch. So we're going to yarn over, push the hook into the magic ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, do it again, yarn over, push your hook into the magic ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, and one more time, yarn over, push your hook into the magic ring, yarn over, pull up a loop. So now you should have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull right through all 7 loops. And I want to mention when we're working into the magic ring, it's really important that you're working over both pieces, okay? We're going to chain 2 and work another puff stitch. We're going to do a total of 5 into the magic ring. So that's 1. Let's do another one. Yarn over, push your hook in, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, push your hook in, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, push your hook in, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 7 loops on your hook, chain 2. So that's 2. That's 3. And 4. 5. And we're doing our chain 2 between all of them, of course, okay, because we're going to be working around the chains. This last one I did is a little bit loose, so I'm just going to fix that one real quick. You don't have to worry about your puff stitches being too tight, but you don't want them too loose. Getting that tension can be a little bit tedious, but once you get going, you'll have the hang of it. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puff stitches, and we finished, of course, with our chain 2 because we did a chain 2 between all of them. You're going to grab that tail piece of your magic ring to pull the center closed. Now I'm just going to pull this out for a minute to show you where we're closing each round. It's not in the top of our chain. We are going to start each round with a chain 2, but we're not closing right in the top there. We're closing actually right above the puff stitch. Okay, so that's where we're going to be closing each round. So go ahead and close that round with your slip stitch right into that first chain above the puff stitch from the previous round. We're going to begin our round with a chain 2, and now we're going to be working around the chain spaces between the puff stitches from the previous round. And now for this next one, so we have a total of 5 right now. We're going to work 2 puff stitches around each chain space between the puff stitches from the previous round. So by the end of this round, you're going to have a total of 10, and we need to make sure we're doing a chain 2 between each one. So let's go ahead and do the first couple together. We're going to work a puff stitch around the chain space between the puff stitches from the previous round. Chain 2, do another one around the same chain space that we just worked around. Chain 2, same thing around the next chain space. Oops. chain 2 and another. Okay. Just like that. So you can go ahead, pause the video, finish working your puff stitches all the way around, and you're going to close the round with a slip stitch right in the top of the very first puff stitch from this round. Okay, so when you get back to the beginning, close with a slip stitch and then come back. Okay, so now that we've finished that round, and don't worry, the shape that you saw of the trivet, let me pull it really quickly, the full size one here. This like hexagon shape, it will happen naturally. The way that we're going to be increasing is going to naturally create that shape, okay? So don't worry about if you're doing it right to get the right shape, or at the beginning it's looking more round than like the pentagon shape that we've got going on here. It is going to happen naturally because of the method that we're going to be using to increase our rounds, okay? So let's go ahead and continue on to round 3. So we're going to chain 2 to begin this next round. We're going to work 2 of our puff stitches around the first chain space. So let's go ahead and do that. Chain 2 and then another one around the same space. Chain 2. Around this next chain space, we're working 1 puff stitch. Chain 2. Okay, so we've done 2, 1. We're going to do 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way around, close with your slip stitch, and then come back. By the end of this round, you should have a total of 15 puff stitches. All right, so now that we have finished round 3, let's move on to round 4. Chain 2, we're going to work our 2 puff stitches around the first chain space. That's 1, 2, 1 around each of the next 2. Two around the next one. Okay, so 2 around this one, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Do that all the way around, close with your slip stitch and come back. And by the end of this round, you should have a total of 20. Okay, so let's move on to our next round. We're gonna chain 2, and we're gonna begin with our 2 puff stitches around that first chain space. And we're going to work 1 around each of the next 3. So we're just slowly increasing each round. Okay, so I've got 2, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to work 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, and you're going to keep doing that all the way around, close with your slip stitch, and by the time you get to the beginning of this round, or sorry, to the end of this round, you should have a total of 25 puff stitches. So go ahead and finish that round and then come back. Okay, so now you can start to see that shape forming, that pentagon shape, the 5 sides. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our next round. So for the next one, we're going to again begin with our chain 2 here. We're going to work 2 puff stitches and then 1 into each of the next 4. So 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. And you're going to keep doing that all the way around, close with your slip stitch, and by the end of this round that we're about to do right now, you should have a total of 30 puff stitches. So go ahead, pause the video, work on that round, and come back. All right, so we just finished round 6. Let's chain 2 to begin round 7. So just like all the other ones, we're going to work our 2 puff stitches around that first chain space. Get some more yarn here. And we're going to work 1 around each of the next 5. And you'll just go ahead and keep doing that all the way around. And close with your slip stitch. By the time you finish this round, you should have a total of 35 puff stitches. So go ahead and work that round and then come back. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and start our next round. Okay, so we have a couple more increase rounds to go. So we're going to go ahead and do our 2 puff stitches around the first chain space. Okay, and then 1 around each of the next 6. 2 around the next, 1 around each of the next 6. You're going to go ahead and do that all the way around, close with your slip stitch, and then come back. By the end of this round that we're working on right now, you should have a total of 40 puff stitches. Okay, so we're about to do our last round of increases. So we're going to go ahead and chain 2. You're going to work your 2 puff stitches around that first chain space, just like all the other rounds. And then 1 around each of the next 7. Okay, so you can just go ahead, pause the video, finish this round. I'm going to get more yarn here. So go ahead and finish that round working, so 2 and then 1 around each of the next 7. 2, 1 around each of the next 7. Do that all the way around, close with your slip stitch. By the end of this round, you should have 45 puff stitches, and then come back. Okay, so now we finished all of our increase rounds for our hot pad. We just want to now go and nicely clean up the edge. So we're going to chain 1 for this last round that we're going to work on. We're going to single crochet around the first chain space. So go ahead and push your hook through, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. So that's your single crochet. We're going to single crochet into the chain space right above the puff stitch from the previous round, and we're going to single crochet around the next chain space, single crochet into the stitch above the puff stitch, single crochet around the chain space, single crochet above the puff stitch, single crochet around the chain space. And we're just going to go ahead and continue doing that all the way around until we get back to the beginning. And we're going to close our round with a slip stitch, the same way we have been for all of the other rounds, right in the top of our, well, and this time it'll be the chain 1 because that's right above our puff stitch. But so you're going to go all the way around and close this round with a slip stitch into your chain 1 space and then come back. All right, so now that you finished that round of your single crochets to clean up your edge, we are done. So you can go ahead and pull up a little bit there, fasten it off. Pull the rest of that through. You're just gonna flip it over because we're gonna want to hide and secure these loose tail ends. So just grab your tapestry needle and you're just gonna weave it in and out of stitches on the back side of your work just to hide and secure. Okay, so you can go ahead and just snip those little bits and do the same thing with your other tail end here. Just go ahead and weave it in and out. And that's it, you're done. You can make as many as you'd like. These are perfect for your own home, for gift ideas, unique gift ideas, making a nice gift basket. They're definitely great for useful teacher gifts and very unique and thoughtful gifts. And they are really great sellers for craft shows, like quick and easy patterns to bulk up your inventory if you do craft shows. And they're excellent, great sellers. So it's nice to have different price point products. And this is definitely one of those that can add some versatility to your inventory if you do craft shows. So there we go. I hope that you've enjoyed this pattern. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a look at the helpful links in the description below.